Hi everyone, welcome back to Mapleton Online Skills for Success. My name is Monica Johnson. I am your post-secondary options coach, and today I'm going to be talking to you about Microsoft Outlook, which is the email program that Mapleton Public Schools uses for both students and staff. I want to encourage you all to utilize Microsoft Outlook for all of your educational emailing business. So everything that has to do with Mapleton or Mapleton Online, make sure you're using your Microsoft Outlook. The reason for this is, one, it's good practice for the real world. Almost all employers and all colleges and universities have some sort of professional email that you will be required to use once you join those organizations. And so learning how to keep your professional or educational emails separate from your personal ones is a skill that you will use always and forever. Another good reason for this is that it just minimizes distractions, right? You're not excited to click on that link in that Old Navy email to check out what's on sale because you never saw that Old Navy email come through because you have your personal email closed. And so it's a really good idea that you have a personal email separate from your professional one. So whatever you like to use, Gmail, Yahoo, whatever, create a personal email that you have all those things sent to, or that you email family and friends on for personal reasons, but then also have your Mapleton email for your school business. And we'll just keep everything neat and tidy and minimize those distractions. All right, so how do you find Outlook? Where do you go? Okay, so first, you're going to go to the Mapleton website, www.mapleton.us. This is the home page. You don't have to find Mapleton Online or anything. Just go to mapleton.us. And then you're going to click on the little button that says Microsoft Office 365, and it has a picture of a computer. Now, Microsoft Office is super cool. There's tons of stuff in here, and we can maybe explore some of those other tools at another date, but I just want you to know there's lots of really great resources once you click on that button. But today we're going to be focusing just on Microsoft Outlook. All right, so once you click on that, if you're on a school Chromebook, it should automatically log you in because you used your login information to get into the school Chromebook, and it's linked to your Microsoft 365 account, and so it should just automatically log you in. If you are using a personal computer, it will very likely ask you to log in. So your login information is the same as if you were logging on to a school Chromebook. It is your email address, which is your first name dot last name at students with an S .mapleton.us. And then you're going to use the password that's associated with Mapleton Online. Now, these passwords change when you move from school to school, so this may look a little different. If you came to Mapleton Online from York or Big Picture or Academy, it's going to look different because of these two letters right at the beginning will be different. So for Mapleton Online, it's a capital M and a lowercase l. This letter right here is an L, not an I. It's an L, but it's in a lowercase l. And then it's your 8-digit birthday. Month, day, year. Okay? So here's an example. If you were born on January 1st, 2001, your password would be capital M, lowercase l, 01012001. Okay? If you have questions about your login information, just call the front office, 303-853-1200, and Miss Alba or Miss Tiffany can help get you all set up with your login information. All right, so now once you're in, you've logged in, where do I go? Because you see, this is what my Outlook looks like when I open it up. There are some documents here that I've recently edited, and then there's some buttons across the top, and then there's a whole bunch of buttons here on the side. And these buttons here on the side will change depending on what you use on a regular basis. But here's what you're looking for. You're going to look for this icon that looks like an envelope with a letter coming out of it, and it has an O next to it. That's the Outlook icon, and you're going to click on it. If it's not here, because remember these icons change based on what you've been using most frequently, you can find it here. This little grid of 9 squares, when you click on that, there are a list of applications that will come up, and if you don't see it there, you'll just click See More Applications or All Applications, and then you'll be able to go through and find it. Generally, Outlook is towards the top though, so you should be able to see it here. Once you're in Outlook, this is what you're going to see. So the other day when I logged in, these are the emails that I had. If you notice, like if you want to click on one of these messages, that's when it'll pop up over here in this empty space for you to be able to read it. Once you do that, a whole bunch of different buttons are going to pop up here on the top of the screen. Things like delete if you're done with it, or reply if you want to write a reply to that message. All of that good stuff. If you want to write a new email, you're going to click just New Message, and then a new message will pop up. Now, like I said, more buttons pop up here when you click on the email. Some of them do things that we're not going to talk about today. There's some really cool features in Outlook, like folders that you can use to organize messages so they're not all just sitting in your inbox, so that they're easier to read. Or categorizations, if you want to categorize your messages so you can organize them that way. There's even a to-do list called tasks within Microsoft Outlook. And you can look at a calendar within Microsoft Outlook that will sync with Teams, so you can see all of your Teams classes in the calendar. Right now, don't stress about any of that. All you need to be able to do right now is read a message, write a message, and respond to a message. Once you get really good at that, then you can learn about all the rest of that cool stuff that will help you organize your inbox. All right, so now you're ready to write an email. How do you write an email? Well, this is a sample email to our Algebra 2 teacher, Mr. Berglund. And I wrote this email so that I could help. I'm a kid in his class and I'm struggling with something, and I needed to write him an email to ask if we could set up a time to meet. There are a couple of things that I want you to notice about this email. This email is really great because it is polite and professional, and it is specific. Okay, so so you're going to type in the teacher's name up here. Their name's going to pop up. You're going to select the teacher that you want. You don't have to know their exact email address. If I just type in Berglund, he's going to pop up, and I'm going to have a list of people to choose from. I just got to make sure I pick the right one. Here is your subject line. You don't type the message here. You just type 2, 3, 4 words that can let Mr. Berglund know exactly what you need from him. And then you're going to type the body of your email here. Now, when I say this is specific, what I mean is I could have very easily said, I don't understand what we did in class today. Please help me. That doesn't help Mr. Berglund to help me. What he needs as a teacher to be able to best help his student is for me to come in and say exactly what I need help with. So I wrote to him and I said, you know what? I was having trouble. I was taking notes and I was working really hard, but I'm really struggling with the difference between linear and exponential equations. I just don't understand what the difference is. Can we please meet and have you explain this to me? Right? Very specific. It's also polite. Sometimes when something's happening, maybe with your grade, or maybe when you're frustrated because you don't understand something, it's very easy to be rude in an email. And so I highly suggest, and oftentimes you don't mean to do it. Oh my goodness. I highly suggest that you read through the email that you've written out loud and think about, hey, would I say this to a teacher in person if I were talking to them in person, or does it kind of sound rude? And if it does sound rude, that just back it on off. The beautiful thing about email is that you can edit it, back it off, edit your email so that it's more polite and professional, and then send it, okay? Tip of the day, please be patient. Our teachers are teaching all day long. They check their email quite regularly. They also get quite a few emails a day, sometimes 50, 60, 70 emails a day. So if they don't respond to your email in an hour or even in a day, just take a deep breath and be patient. If you need to write a follow-up email in 2 or 3 days and you haven't heard back, just write a follow-up email. Hi, Mr. Bergland, I haven't heard back from you on getting help. Can you please let me know if we can meet? Very polite, very professional. Write a reminder, and that's perfectly acceptable. All right. Lastly, but definitely not least, please don't forget to check your email. In the same way that you expect us to check our email regularly, we use email to communicate with you quite regularly. Your teachers use it all the time to communicate with you. So you need to check your email at least once a day. Ideally, you would check it twice a day. Maybe you check it first thing in the morning, and maybe you check it at the end of your school day. You have period 1 and period 8 as asynchronous time so that you can work on schoolwork. So that is really a beautiful time to check your email. Lunchtime is also an option, but that's your lunch. So if you want to take a break, go out and see some sunshine, that's cool too. But at least once a day, if not twice. Also, if a teacher emails, please respond to them promptly if it is appropriate. Sometimes we email things that we don't expect a response to, but if it says, hey, please let me know something, like please respond back to them and let them know that you got it. All right, everyone, that's it for today's episode of Skills for Success. Next time, we're going to talk about how to use Teams more effectively. And then very soon, we're going to talk about setting up a home school workspace. Have a wonderful day, everyone.